Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of Gil Skillz. Today, we're going to be micro-scrapping something a little bigger. We're going to be micro-scrapping this epic series Electrolux. What a scrubby-dubby. Let's see what this thing has to offer for inner goodness and metals and all that fun stuff. For those of you that have been around for a while, you know what to do. But for those of you that are new to the channel, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to the YouTube algorithm. It would mean the world to the channel. And I would greatly appreciate that. Very much. Very, very, very much. And so would this Electrolux here.
Nope.
So this is gonna kind of be interesting because it's so darn tall. I had to kind of get a wide shot. So I think the first thing I'm going to do here is just get all the screws that are visible and we'll kind of go from there. But I expect a nice juicy motor down here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this housing down below is aluminum, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure just yet. So first things first, let's get to some screws. Time lapse now. Looks like there's a metal bar in here. I am gonna try to get that out. I'm gonna try like heck just because. Come on, you goober. No metal left behind on Gil Skillz. That's for sure. I'm gonna put this in my vise real quick and get that metal out of there so I can separate the plastic from the metal. There's a decent chunk of steel there.
5 minutes later.
All right, to be continued on this thing. It's starting to really piss me off. All right, so this is the fluid container. I don't believe there's really any metal per se in this other than handle. There are some springs in here and whatnot that I'll grab. I will definitely do that. We got some more screws here. Let's go ahead and get to them. All right, so we've got the coiled up power cord here. It looks like we got some brass here as well. I take it this is for the contact between the cord and the electronics that go into the motor itself. So I'm gonna wanna take off that brass in a little bit. All right, there's a screw right there, so I should be able to remove some of the plastic. We are the champions of the scrap. All right, put that plastic over there. At least now we can get to the power cord. I'm gonna dismantle all this stuff later on. I'm gonna start a plastic pile. Let's continue with the screw. How about that? Any screw? Oh, there's a couple of screws up there. Bruh. Couple more screws there. There is some copper there with what looks like it could be silver contacts. Should pop off now. It's like an onion. Look at that, right? More plastic. Looks like there might be one more screw, and there is right here. Let's grab that. I lied. There's one more screw over here. I lied. There's one more screw right there. This Electrolux has reached crap ton of screw status. So we got more plastic. I knew there was going to be a decent amount of plastic with this micro scrapping excursion, but it looks like we got some more wire, which is really nice. I'm going to take that off there. There we go. Trying to figure out our next move here. So basically this is being held on by this little rod here, which is also like a quick release to fold this up. As you could see, it folded up a couple of times already. I'm gonna figure out how to get that off. We shall see. We shall see. Let's see if I can get it off. Oh, okay, I think I see what's going on here. There's a little tiny... Whoops! There's a little spring coil thingy that's in there. I gotta get that out of there. Let's see if I can find something that would be small enough to allow me to do that. Got a little bit more leverage here. What? Close your eyes! Just want you to get off there. Aha! Come on! That's all I want. Tell you what, these Electroluxes are put together very well. A little too well. All right, you bastard. Well, at least that got up a little bit more plastic. There. Pin's coming out. It's coming out. Get that out of there. Oh, yeah. Definitely ferrous. Now we can take more plastic out. Look, plastic. And this whole top piece. Oh, there's one more screw up there, so I'll grab that. Plastic. Starting to pile, guys. I'm starting to pile. Jeez. All right. We're getting closer and closer to the base here, so let's grab these two big bolts.
We change it, you know how. Nothing ever stays the same. Once you let it change.
Rubber. All right, we're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty here. And nitty-gritty is a great way to describe this because it's kind of grody. Get that rubber snipped off there. I'm curious. That's aluminum, guys. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of goodies in here. There seems to be like little grommets on the inside here. I'm gonna try to take the top off if I can. All right, hammer time. Okay. Plastic. I still don't understand how that's being held down. Oh, okay. So they're are some screws on the inside. Now I've got to figure out how to get those grommets off because I think the next step is the bottom here. I wish there were some obvious screw holes, you know, someplace that I would be able to get in here and get this off of, but there isn't. Oh, okay. All right, so those plastic grommets, once I break those plastic grommets, I should be able to take these off. And these are mostly plastic with brushes. Interesting. All wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. All right, let's see if I can get the other two off.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me.
It's 3. Okay, look at that. More plastic. So we got 1, 2 screws, 3 screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those out.
And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
There we go. Okay, fair enough. More plastic. Okay, we got a belt here. We'll go ahead and take that off. Belt! We got a nice little, we got a plastic pulley here, and that's where the motor is. We got a nut here and here that I can see, so I'm going to take those out.
Bring the funk back.
Couple of more nice washers. What the hell? Wow. I don't know if that's copper or brass or either, really. Let's find out. This thing is, wow, okay. This thing is the gift that keeps on giving. There we go. All right, that's ferrous. All right. I gotta take these 2 brass pieces out in order to make this a clean piece of aluminum. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, number 2. All right, so this here is a clean piece of aluminum. It is aluminum. No sticking with the magnet. The magnet fell on the ground. Got it. Okay, so we got this here. Plastic. No metal left behind on Gil Skillz. No metal. Plastic. Oh, plastic. So what we got left here is a few small things here and there. We've got some brass rings that I'm going to try to take out of there. We've got this steel sheet. So it looks like it's pretty straightforward. I should be able to get that out without any issues. And then, of course, the copper. That sweet number 2 insulated copper wire.
You'll see the difference now.
All right, more ferrous metal. So here's the part where I want to be careful. See, this stuff that's all wound up in here, it could seriously hurt you if, you know, you unwind it too quickly. I want to be super careful when I do that. Oh, that went really well, actually. See if I can get that plastic piece out of there. So I don't have to unwind it, which is awesome because this is a metal piece here. Sweet! And by the way, guys, obviously this is not copper, but I do want to double check just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's definitely not copper. So I'll put that with the ferrous metals. All right, so I want to cut that. Cut that! Cut it right here. And then I should be able to get the rest out here. Oh, booyakasha. Plastique. Got some decent brass here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Oh, we got wire. We got more wire. All right, let me get the brass out of there here real quick. Brass!
If we change it, you know how. Nothing happens.
Beautiful brass rings and crap plastic. Brass rings, crap plastic. Not sticking to the magnet. I'm happy with that. All we got left at this point is the motor. So we've got some plastic here. We've got a copper bearing motor in here. We got some bolts and screws and some plastic to get off there so we can clean this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I think that's a brass cog. Does that look like a brass cog to you guys? I think that's a brass cog, but we're gonna find out.
Stays the same. Once you let it change. It's like a family tree. Part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
There is we got some, I think that we got a washer here. Let me see if I can take some of this stuff off. Yeah. Washer. I think this is brass. You guys want to place any wagers? You ready? Oh, we have a brass cog here, guys. That is like brass-tacular. And it looks like brass. Let's double check. I mean, it looks brassy, but you never know. Let's just file that. Oh, yeah. We got brass, baby. That is a heavy brass cog, too. All right, so let's see. What else we got here? What do we got left? We got some bolts here, so we'll be able to take the bolts off, get that plastic piece off there. So what we're doing at this point was we're cleaning up the aluminum and we're trying to free up that copper bearing motor, so we'll have that. And we got a little bit more brass in there. Looks like we might have some more copper in here as well, so let's get to it, shall we? All right, more plastic junk. Let's go ahead and continue here. It looks like we got a screw right there. I'll take that off. Okay, we got a couple of bolts over here. Put that over here for a second there. Try to get rid of some of that grease on the inside there. All right, we got a good portion of that grease out of there. I'm pretty happy with that anyway. So we got one more piece in here that I think is ferrous, so I'm going to take that out. Yep. Ferrous. I think we have another copper piece on the inside here. And I think this one actually goes down this whole shaft here. Shaft. So I'm going to see if I can get it. I'm going to see if I can get it out. I'll be right back. All right, I was able to get the caps. They were actually caps like this out. And I think that they are, again, they're too soft to be brass, I think. So I think they're copper or bronze. I don't know. I'm leaning more toward copper. But you guys let me know in the description below what you think this is. Either copper or bronze as far as I'm concerned. It's not aluminum. That much I do know. I'll be a son of a bitch. Okay. All right. These are brass. I thought that they were copper or bronze, but they're not. They're brass. Yay! So this, it may not look like it, but there's no other metals that are on this, so I'm going to call it clean cast aluminum. Yay, guys! Let's see, what do we got left? So let's see if I can hammer that out and separate these.
You'll see the difference now. If we change it, you'll know.
All right. So we got a little bit of copper on the inside here. You can definitely take your time and try to get that out. Set that aside. I'll probably set this aside as like a mixed metal type of thing, or put it with my power supplies or something like that, because I don't know, it's just not worth my time trying to get that out. This, on the other hand, is super easy, so I will be trying to get that out at some point. We get these springs here, which look weird. They're not magnetic springs, so I don't know if this is like a tin or aluminum. Could possibly be brass, but I doubt it. Do you know who would make a brass spring? Because I don't know. I don't know who would make a brass spring. Are my eyes deceiving me? That is a brass spring. Oh my God. Okay, I'll put that with the brass. Maybe it's nickel-plated brass or something like that. So we got that here. I'll set that aside for a moment. And it looks like we got some brass either side of this here. Wow. Okay. How the heck do I get that out without breaking the bank or my fingers? See. Okay. You don't want to come out, do you? Neither one of these want to come out. Ferrous. All right, I'm going to crush this so I can get the brass out of it. Yeah, it goes. I'll be right back. There's one. It crumbles. It slices. It dices. Brass? Brass. The only thing is I got to get that graphite out of there. I think that's graphite. Get out of there! All right, metal, brass. Brass. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the bounty of this Electrolux. Here we've got all of this metal here, this ferrous metal, as you can see right here. Now, if you take a look right over here, there is some aluminum. This whole casing here is aluminum and non-ferrous, which is awesome. Now here we've got some aluminum as well from the copper bearing motor that propelled the brushes and whatnot, which is totally awesome as well. We've got some mixed metal here. We've got some steel mixed in with some copper, which I'm not going to separate. It's kind of a pain in the butt to separate that. We've also got a decent amount of brass here. We got a big, heavy brass cog, which is amazing. So we got all this brass. Now, this here stumped me. So I'm not really 100% sure what this is. I thought at first maybe it was copper. Then I'm like, well, maybe it's brass. But it doesn't look like traditional brass. So I've heard other scrappers toss around the term red brass, or it could be bronze. I don't know. But you guys let me know in the description below what you think this possibly could be. But it's obviously a different color compared to some of the other brass that came out of this micro scrapping excursion today. Here we've got the core of the transformer right here, along with the number 2 insulated copper wire that came from the cord. And we've also got the brass with the pins here as well. And then, of course, last but not least, holy guacamole, look at all that plastic. It's a shame, really. I really hope that there is some sort of recycle center in the near future that comes to Bangor or some immediate local area that I can take this stuff and put it or give it to them. Because right now this goes in the trash, and you guys know that the trash ends up in the landfill, especially around here in rural areas. So I hope to see that change real soon. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the micro scrapping episode of Gil Skillz with the Electrolux. If you like what you've seen here, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, please have a scrap happy day.